You are listening to the Off the Top of the Dome Piece podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to the Off the Top of the Dome Piece podcast, where we sit down with seemingly ordinary people and get them to tell us their extraordinary stories. We talk about anything and everything. Nothing's off topic and nothing's too taboo. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey guys, and thank you for checking out this episode of the Off the Top of the Dome Piece podcast, brought to you by DubzPodSquad.com. And on today's episode I'm sitting down with my buddy Kent McNew, and we've known each other for a very long time and seen each other grow up, and he's now got a family. He's got 2 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife, and you know, he's doing the family thing. And I'm very proud of him. And a few quick things before we get started. I'm going to give you a disclaimer now that there is a lot of cussing in this podcast. I never claimed that this would be a podcast that didn't have cussing, so there's your disclaimer for that. We recorded this late at night, and you can kind of tell towards the end of the podcast that it was starting to take its wear and tear on Kent. And the couple of little chuckles that you hear in the background, that's going to be his wife, who is sitting at the table with us as well. She didn't want to say anything or talk or anything, but Kent, being the funny man that he is, kind of got her to chuckle a few times. So if you're wondering who that was chuckling, it's not me or Kent, it is his wife. This podcast ends pretty abruptly and pretty quickly, and I'd like to consider this a part 1 to Kent McNew. And I hope that y'all enjoy. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to have to put a disclaimer on here that there's a lot of cursing.
Oh my god, dude, anything I do is going to have so much cussing. Me and Arthur, good god, potty mouths, dude. It's just like fucking sailing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
From the moment we could form the words, they were just the most fun to say. It's the spice of language. A little dash of kiss my ass and a fucking, yeah.
Well, we got a free reign of shit to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even listen to podcasts. The only podcasts I've listened to are the ones that you've played for me. I like them. Very entertaining. I dig it. No idea what the fuck to do, though. What to say. Is it supposed to be one continuous thing? You're going to cut this shit anyway, right? You're going to edit? You're just going to have a bunch of shit to fucking listen to and be like, what the fuck were they talking about?
Have you ever been interviewed? You have been interviewed before.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, the blue hair shit. I imagine I wasn't any more smooth than those, you know? Like, well, they kicked me out of school, and I didn't. I go home to my mom, so I had my mama come up there and talk to me.
We're eating on the fucking podcast, dude. We can't be eating. This is supposed to be like, not like this.
Where's the mute button? Like every time that you shoot, you hit the mute button.
There is no mute button.
It was a cough mic or some cough fucking.
Did you like being interviewed?
You know what? It actually happened by mistake. I had declined interview. Like the ACLU told me not to. They told me not to do any interviews. I have to talk to the press or whatever. I happened to go by Arthur's house. And I was working at Papa John's at the time. And I went by Arthur's house to like get dressed for work or something. Dateline, NBC, happened to just be there that day filming my mom for an interview. And when I walk in, they're kind of like, whoa, awesome. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And they're like, oh, my mom's like, oh, yeah, they're doing the interview or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to get dressed for work. So they're like, well, can we ask you a couple of questions? I was like, I got to go to work, but I guess so, whatever. And that's kind of how it happened. It wasn't some big glamorous thing. I just kind of walked into it like, interview? Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, everybody's going to see it in America? All right, cool.
Hell yeah.
No.
All right, and for the podcast reasons, what are you being interviewed for?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should probably fill motherfuckers in.
Exactly.
You don't know, you better ask somebody.
I know you.
You better call somebody. You didn't hurt? Google me, bitch.
I'm breaking all the podcast rules right now. Talking, talking.
There will be no talking during the pod. It's like a library. There'll be no talking in the podcast. We do interpretive dance. Use your imagination.
No, what were you being interviewed for?
For those of y'all that don't know, man, my name is Kent McNew. I was the blue-haired boy from Surry. And everybody's like, fucking crickets. What the fuck is he talking about? Fucking blue-haired boy. Like 15 years ago? What? Yeah, when I was in high school, I had dyed my hair blue. Now I'm getting nervous, man. This is like an interview. Get the opportunity to tell my story, man. I hadn't even rehearsed.
I'm sitting here with my buddy Kent McNew.
Yeah!
I've known him for a very long time.
How long of a time?
God, since, 2001 or 2002?
Oh, when you put it like that, I have no idea. No idea whatsoever.
2001?
You can speak. I mean, you don't have to, mime at us and stuff. Oh, you're nervous now. Yeah. She's over here throwing the sign language. What is that?
And I'm glad that I get to put you on the podcast because I think you're a very inspiring person.
Whoa.
And I'm glad that I get to talk to you and almost in a sense kind of present a story of who you are to the listeners. You know, once this gets put together, that was my phone. Once this gets put together and everything, so.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I actually got to hear Warren's podcast with Kevin already. Sneak peek. That shit is cool. It is cool, man.
Yeah, dude. And to start, you were young. Where were you born?
I was born somewhere in Richmond. I grew up in Hopewell.
Grew up in Hopewell?
Hopewell, Virginia.
Hopewell. Yeah,
That's
Hopewell
right.
clique, huh?
Yeah.
Grew up in Hopewell. Well, we actually lived right down the street from each other for a while.
Really? Which street? I was
13th Street.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that was something. Okay.
Yeah.
Where the hell were you on 13th?
When I was in elementary school.
Like where? Because
329.
No, I mean, alright, so it ran down to where the duplexes and shit are.
The third, the duplex is right here, and then, you go down the hill.
Down
and
that big ass hill, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the road before you get to the duplex is the block that you were on. I was the third one from the corner of the opposite end of the street that you were at. You were up at the top of the hill, I was down at the bottom of the hill. But I was 3 doors in from the end of the block.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, when I was elementary school.
Do you remember me at all?
I don't think I ever met you.
Oh, okay. So what the fuck was that? I don't think I was doing anything at that point. So when I lived there, I was on 13th. I lived there, I was 17. How much older than you am I?
You're what, 30 now? I'm
No.
20. I'm 27, and
Oh, okay.
so about 3 years almost. 3 years.
How were you when we started hanging out?
14 or 15. No, I was 15.
Back in the day. Very long time now.
It was when I was 15 because before I started dating.
Yeah.
Growing up in Hopewell, I know your family's kind of out there.
My family? What do you mean?
Your mom, come on, man.
My mom? My mom is the most
your mom's
normal.
kind of out there. But I love her to death, though.
My mom's pretty fucking awesome. My mom was a crazy 80s fucking hair metal rocker crazy woman with the teased up hair and blue eyeshadow and shit. Her favorite band when I was growing up was Motley Crue. That was awesome, yeah.
What about your dad?
Oh, I have no idea.
Your dad was never around?
Oh, I never met him.
You've never met him at all till this day?
Yeah, till the day.
Oh, wow.
His name is Terry something or other.
I mean, have you ever tried to connect with him, or?
No, I'm saying a lot of people, I think it's weird if you have your dad when you're younger and then he leaves. I understand that, but I never knew him, so I grew up never knowing anything was even weird, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That there was ever anything missing.
Did you have a father figure, father-esque kind of figure?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of people teach me the ropes, Of course, Pop, huge influence, you know what I'm saying?
And that's your grandfather,
Yeah,
right?
that's my grandfather, Pop. Gary, and then
your Uncle Gary. Yeah.
So,
Gary's a cool guy. When he came back into town the other day, I was outside smoking a cigarette on the porch swing, and he came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, check out these arrowheads I found." I was like, "I just found them over there or something."
Did he ever told you the story behind that shit?
Mm.
Oh yeah, dude. He's got a gift for that shit. I mean, he talks a lot of shit. So people don't always give him the credit that he's due, His shit gets a little extravagant sometimes. But when it comes to that, I've been with him. And I swear to God, he's got a sense for it, man. Some people, they have, dowel rods. You ever heard of, the dowel rods? They're shaped like a peace sign. These people can walk around with, and if there's water under the ground, it'll tell them. Like they'll feel it pull. Yeah, and they swear by it.
Was it like a magnetic force type
They
deal?
I don't know. Those people use the sticks. Gary doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Just people having sense for. But I've been with him. Like we went down in Surry, lived down in Surry, and went down there where the dump is. They've cut out this hill. There was this big ass hill. They cut it out to put just big ass dumpsters there. They don't have like curbside pickup and shit. You take it down, dump it with the rest of the trash and shit. So he goes down there and searches in the hillside because it's got like years and years of layers. Tomahawk heads and fucking arrowheads. He came back from the mountains recently, had a bunch of arrowheads. Crazy shit. Yeah.
Pops and Uncle Gary, were they around a lot or?
I was always at my grandparents' house growing up, dude. Always, any chance I got, man. I was a nanny's boy all the way, dude. So you
have a good relationship with your grandma?
Oh my god, the best, dude. You have no idea, man. My grandma was an angel, a fucking angel. But she was sweetest thing ever. Like didn't smoke, didn't drink, never cussed. I heard her say one cuss word. Yeah, the only time I can remember ever saying a cuss word ever, dude. We were in a car. This big ass tractor was in the way, and he was waving her around. A solid yellow line, and she was so mad. She was so angry, but not like in a normal people's like rage. No, just like in a really sweet, but noticeably agitated, but still trying to be sweet about it. And I can't go because the line. Yeah, and then she's like kind of lost it. I can't go around the damn solid yellow line. It may have been fucking, but I feel like that, that would have been like, woo, Nanny didn't say fuck, you know what I'm saying? Nanny, no, Damn would have been bad enough, man, but no, the fucking yellow line, I have a horrible memory.
So you had a close relationship with your grandparent?
Yes.
I mean, was the family strong or?
Yeah, no, I come from a really great family. Everybody's got, those ones that you don't necessarily see all the time and not by mistake,
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, man, I have a great family. Like, we have, family get-togethers, reunions and shit. I remember a lot of, like, huge family reunions growing up. Family coming from all over the goddamn place. And we just never met. Hey, you remember cousin Bill over here? Hey, Bill, how you been, buddy? I don't fucking know who you are. Hey, good to see you. Tons of people. And then, of course, the people that you're close with. Even now, like, Michelle still hosts the dinners and shit down at Pop's house. Still tries to get everybody together. We meet around Christmas and everything, And that's always been normal for me, man, keeping a lot of family around. And it's weird because, then you grow up and you kind of get outside of that family bubble. You realize not everybody's got that shit, Not everybody stays super close like that. And makes you appreciate shit. A lot of pride in my family where I come from. Being a McNew. Yeah, I'm saying. I shouldn't have been a McNew. I say it came back to my dad, like I said. Apparently, the story with my dad is that my mom was in Indiana, met a guy named... Let's say Terry Williams, sparks flew, so to speak, and then I was the fire, I was the explosion thereof. No.
So what your dad just?
So she got no. So yeah, I'm fucking rambling on. Anyway, no, she's in Indiana. I think she was just visiting for a while, or no, she was staying there for some reason. She had to come back to Virginia. Long story short, I don't remember why. When she got here, she figured out she was pregnant. I'm not 100% on why she didn't tell him. I mean, I guess they weren't a thing. It's not like they were an item, I think it was just kind of one of those things.
A fling.
Yeah, maybe. And I mean, she had a picture of him, so I don't think they just met in a bar or anything. And apparently, it wasn't close enough, I guess, for her to want to. But so she came back here. So she didn't know she was pregnant, so she got back here and was on bed rest for a while. What was that? Oh no, it was when I was born. When she had the C-section, they hit a nerve in her leg or some shit. Yeah, so we lived at Nanny and Pop's. Yeah, and I mean that was my place to get away. We have, of course, living there. I don't think we lived there long enough for me to remember living there. Like I said, I spent like all my fucking time there. Every weekend, expected to. Just like Brandon and Deegan do. Our boys.
So, school. What was school like for you?
School sucked. School for me sucked. It started off all right because I started off thin and blonde and handsome. By the time I started plumping out, shit just went downhill. School wasn't as cool as it was before. But I've always been like real passive anyway, so kind of let people push me around and shit. That's how Brandon is too, man. Internalize a lot of shit. I was like that kid that got bullied,
I
And,
was too. Yeah, so I know what you mean. So
yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks a lot.
is anybody that picked on you back in school that you see now and?
They suck, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care that any of them exist anymore. At the time, it sucked. And there was a good time when I would have liked to have personally seen every one of their heads spontaneously combust.
What kind of stuff did you go through when you were being bullied? I mean, what kind of stuff happened?
Oh, I mean, just typical fucking, typical bullshit. Getting called names and shit, Not a whole lot of physical violence or anything. Like get my ass kicked all the time or anything. People talked a lot of shit, I didn't really let people put their hands on me too much, I'm a big guy, I stand up pissed off. You go, well, okay, all right, my bad. I was just thought that I could do that because you were being a pussy about it before, but all right, I can do that again. But
in the 4th grade, I got the nickname Butterball. Pretty bad nickname. That was a chunky in elementary school.
Sounding cute, Butterball. A little Butterball. No. I don't mean to make light of it. No, I do. That's exactly what I was doing.
And it was always weird because I would get picked on and they would like be pushing me and stuff like that. And then when they would push me on the ground, the teacher would look over and see me down on the ground and getting back up and everybody looking at me. So she'd be like, Warren, stop goofing off when I'm the one getting picked on,
That sucks.
Yeah, and then shit just went on. I had a core group of friends, and I wasn't really picked on too much in middle school. And then when I got to high school, and after I met you and Sherry and started hanging out with Ben and stuff, and that's when the picking on got a lot worse.
Really?
Yeah, people like, calling me a fag and throwing shit at me, fucking with us at lunch and stuff like that,
That sucks. Damn, that was horrible. It's like, it was pretty bad. But then I met you, and shit got so much worse.
Not because
you guys turned me into a weirdo. I was halfway normal before. No, that sucks, man. But at that point though, it's
Were you a good kid? Were you a good kid in school?
Me?
Yeah. I mean, did you get good grades or?
I was smart. I was definitely smart, but I did not want to be in school. I just did not want to be in school at all. And I'm saying the bullying, man, that's a large part of it. You just don't want to be there. And you're like, you know what, this sucks. I got to come here every day and catch shit for nothing. This sucks. Why do I want to be here? I'm saying, that sucks. Yeah. Think about it. If you have some people come over, you invite some people to your house, and they suck, like every time, you just stop inviting them. But school, you have to go. They make you. They come looking for you if you don't.
There's so much stuff in school that just goes through the cracks.
Yeah.
Because, people get picked on and they try to say something. No, and the teachers, 9 times out of 10, never listen.
Yeah.
But, everybody's got that one teacher, they love. Did you have a teacher like that? Like, just a teacher that was so awesome?
Miss Humphrey.
Miss Humphrey?
Miss Humphrey, yeah, with the dark curly hair and the glasses.
I'm thinking it was Hamby.
It was Miss Humphrey and DuPont Elementary. She was cool. She looked out for me. I think I was in 4th grade. And
I had Miss Woodby in 4th grade.
I had Miss Woodby, if she could be, but she can't be, so she won't be. She do the Waiting in the Water song for you guys, really?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
How's it go?
She didn't get her wet yet. Oh, what? What? Are
Teacher?
you shitting me? Yeah.
Didn't get her wet?
Yet. Not yet.
That's what the teacher would say?
Yeah, no, it was a song. She didn't just say it. Oh, all right. Good job, but she didn't get her wet yet. Yeah, gotta step that shit up.
That's what I'm asking. Why would she say she didn't get her wet? What part of
song?
What part of a song is that?
All right, we will sing the song, but I need you to sing along. You sing with me? But I need you both to sing along. You catch on fairly quick.
I can't sing along because I don't know the words.
You're gonna both know the words after I start singing it, and then you're gonna both just jump in and sing along.
Okay.
And that's what has to happen.
Okay.
Waded in the water. She waded in the water and she got her feet all wet. She waded in the water and she got her feet all wet. She waded in the water and she got her feet all wet, but she didn't get her wet. yet. Wading in the water and she got her shins all wet. Waded in the water and she got her shins all wet. Proceeds up to wading in the water and got her knees all wet. Keep in mind that she didn't get her wet yet. So after creeping up her thigh, she stay with me now. She waded in the water and she finally got it wet. She waded in the water and she finally got it wet. She waded in the water and she finally got it wet. Yes, she finally got her bathing suit wet. Yet you pervert. Look at you. Look at you.
I was intently listening. I was wondering, what are they going to talk about?
Why? I had no idea.
So you were smart back in the day?
Yeah, I was.
Well,
man.
not that you're not smart now. But
bullshit, man. I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I'm going to blame sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's right.
High five on the podcast. I have 5 Kevin in our podcast too.
Well, fiving universals. Fiving is universal.
Air 5, guys. What about high school? What's high school like for you? Because high school was kind of rough for me.
You were saying, man, that sucks. Anyway.
High school was when you dyed your hair blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was.
You should tell me some crazy stories about you being in high school.
About
you dropping bricks on people's heads.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was actually part of the fucking at the trial, man. Okay, so no, let me start at the start. So I'm in class one day, minding my own business. I mean, yeah, I have the blue hair. Yeah, I don't have any eyebrows, and I'm like 6'1", wearing goddamn 4-inch platform. Keep in mind, not like stilettos and shit, but combat boots. Very normal looking dude. Eyeliner, black nails and whatnot. And so I'm in there and I'm fucking off and whatnot, and the teacher sends me out for whatever. He's get out of the class. He was well within his rights, but at that time I'm a teenager and I'm an asshole, and so I'm like, what? Would you send me out of there? I didn't even do anything. And so I get the bright idea to take a brick and put it on it had like a rolling garage door. You know what I mean? It was a huge shop. It was the masonry shop. Probably should have started with that. So where the fuck you got a brick? What, I got a brick? Why did you go get a brick? Where did we put the brick? Where? No, okay. It was the masonry motherfucking class. Okay, let's start there. So there was the classroom part, and then he sent me out to the shop part with all the bricks. Didn't go on a hunt for a brick. And so there's a big bay door, and it had these like little ridges on it. So I was like, oh, well, I'll put a brick right here. I'm not sure why I thought of putting a brick was a good idea. Maybe a bucket of water, to piss them off would have been funny, or or even some mortar, been pushing it. I put a brick. I don't know. It wasn't smart, but I did.
So in a situation where it could have just been like, oh, fuck, I'm all wet, just like, oh, fuck, I'm almost dead. I could be dead.
No. I mean, he was a big guy. He could have taken a brick today. It wasn't a blocker. It was just a little brick. Just a little brick.
A brick coming from up the bay door.
Well, hopefully not, but so high. I'm just saying.
Did it actually hit him?
No, it did not. I was standing there, and sure enough, he goes over. And I think that I thought that he would see it and be like, what the hell, and be all mad about it. But he didn't see it. I'm not sure how not, but he didn't see it. And so I'm watching. And I don't want to back out at this point because I'm trying to prove a point. Not sure what the fuck the point was, but I'm trying to prove it. Like, throw me out of class for being a jackass. I'll show you. And so fucking he starts lifting that shit up, man. And I'm like, shit. And it reaches the top and fucking goes to the turn and drops right behind him. Hits the ground behind him. He looks at me because I'm standing there. Frozen, like, oh shit, yay, it missed. Oh, he's pissed. And this motherfucker, he picks up a masonry hammer. Well, first he goes, you throw a brick at me? I gotta describe Mr. Parsons. I'm telling you, from Surry. I gotta describe this motherfucker. He's like Mr. T without the mohawk. This bitch is huge because he's a mason. He's stocky as a motherfucker and spoke real fast, real hard to understand him sometimes. And fucking, oh, look at me! No! He pulls out his masonry hammer and chases me. I'm like, ah! And fucking run, and I jump because we have all these little brick walls that we built up in the class, and I'm hurdling these bitches, over these brick walls and shit, man. So I get over one, and it's luckily this fucking mortar that just breaks down easily. I kick a goddamn brick off and scoop a brick up. And we're standing there in a goddamn standoff. And he's like, put a brick down. I'm like, put the hammer down. I'm freaked out. I'm a student. You can't hit me with a hammer? That's gotta be against some rules, man. What are you doing? I'm supposed to be able to get away with shit. You know, I'm a fucking high schooler.
Do you think that had more to do with you getting in trouble than your blue hair? Or?
No, they brought that up, but actually, he didn't report me on that. I don't know why. You know, I would have reported me, but I said, all in all, I'm making myself sound horrible. But
he probably went home and was like,
you know, I was a really good
I'm
kid.
gonna kill this kid.
He was fine. I'm saying after the standoff, you know, and he would put a brick down. You put the hammer down. We kind of both put him down, and you know, just, that was that.
Did you ever hug and make up?
Well, no, see, we were cool. You know, he was just like, we got it out, and it was fine. There was a time I tried.
Remember that time you almost dropped the brick on my head?
Yeah, he was mad. But he told the woodshop teacher. Woodshop teacher told on me. I think I only got suspended for a couple of days. I did get punished for that. Suspended for a couple of days. But God forbid I dyed my fucking hair blue. I'm saying, it's like, well, I mean, you tried to maim one of the teachers, so we're going to give you a couple of days off at home to chill and think about what you did, watch some cartoons, possibly smoke weed. But,
how did they approach you with the blue hair thing?
It was weird, man. Alright, so one day I'm sitting in class, and they call me and my buddy Tommy to the office. Tommy's a cool dude. He's got kind of long hair. It's curly, scraggly, and he wears this military trench coat all the time. Really laid back guy, just a skater all the time with the wore like some Vans or some other we had him in Vans at the time.
What was his name?
Tommy, and he had big huge glasses, made his eyes look fucking enormous. But just a laid back guy. And the trench coat he wore on rainy days, his dad gave it to him. His dad was in the military, And so they call us in the office one day. I'm like, all right, that's weird. They get us in there like, well, we have, and this is after Columbine. I should mention that everybody got crazy after Columbine. That was like, I guess the first huge school shooting, the massacre. And I mean, there's been so many crazy shits happened since that youngins out there, oh yeah, school shootings happen all the fucking time. No, not that. That was huge. And people freaked out. And this was during like the Marilyn Manson age. I love the fucking Marilyn Manson age. I missed that shit. That was, saying you were in a Manson. Man, you were in a tight knit club. Me and you, dude. So we're in the office, and we hear that you two have been wearing trench coats, and I was like, I mean, I don't own a trench coat. I was like, I mean, I'm not, trying to say no, it wasn't me. I mean, if I had a trench coat, I would wear it. I see no reason why I wouldn't wear it. I just don't have one. And Tommy, explains, oh, well, I mean, I wear mine on rainy days. It's one my dad gave me, but if it's a problem, I don't mind wearing something else. I have plenty of other jackets. He was super cool about it. They're like, okay, well, Tommy, you go ahead back. Kent, you hang here for a second. We got to talk to you. Sorry, that's weird. No, I'm nervous, man. I get nervous in situations like that. I don't like authority, so I hang back. And he pulls so he's like, Kent, we need to talk to you about your hair. I'm like, my hair? So I'm still kind of like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? He's like, well, and he whips out this newspaper and puts it on the desk and starts pointing at this article that apparently if I'm not mistaken, the governor had written, stating that any unusual behavior that schools could and should take action against any unusual behavior exhibited by students. I mean, typical panic shit after something like that happens. It's understandable, man. People are like, oh, if you think somebody's gonna fucking do something, you do something about it, and just let us know, man, because we don't want this shit to happen again. Well, the school interprets it as, oh, well, Kent's a fucking weirdo, man. I was a weirdo. I was a cool guy. I mean, I'm social. You know me. I'm nice. I'm a weird-looking fucking dude, but, I mean, I get along with everybody. I get it from my fucking mom, man. I'm telling you. My mom gets along with everybody. But a weird-looking fucking guy. I'm saying. Like I said, dude, with the boots, man, I'm like 6'4". I'm wearing, like, fucking not even just, like, dark eyeliner just to be goth. I had the shit swirly and looking all crazy, and it was fucking awesome looking. So, he says that that's weird. And that the governor said that since he thinks I'm weird, well, basically he was like, look, we need you to change your hair color. And I was like, okay, but I don't want to. He was like, well, we just need you to take the blue out. He's like, we need it to be a natural color. I was like, well, I mean, honestly, I was like, I've tried to bleach it before, and it doesn't come out, I was like, it just changes to a different color. He's like, well, I was a hairdresser. Now, this motherfucker, if he was the hairdresser, I was the fucking president, man. He's this big, huge black guy, like, with this fucking gigantic fro. And he's a superintendent or some crazy shit. He wasn't even the principal, man. He got brought in because the principal couldn't handle his shit or some crazy shit. And I was a hairdresser. Yeah, you look like a fucking hairdresser. He was like, and all you got to do is put some such and shit that I just made up right now on your head, and it should be fine. So I called my mommy, Mom, and told her had to come pick me up, and I had to change my hair color. And my mom was pissed. I loved it, man. She jumped into action because I'm kind of laid back. At that point. I trusted the school. You know what I'm saying? You're a kid. You're brought up to with certain
one safe
facts.
haven.
Yeah,
when you're not around your family.
Yeah, you got a teacher, exactly, and these people are ultimately looking out for your best interest because they have the authority to oversee you.
Like a babysitter, a really helpful babysitter.
Yeah, well, I think even more than that. You put trust in a teacher like you would even a doctor. So my mom, man, she jumps in action. She's like, "Wait, why are you suspending him?" They're like, "Oh, because he needs to change his hair color." So what the hell does his hair color have to do with anything? She's like, how is this dangerous? Exhibiting any kind of dangerous behavior? They're like, well, strange and unusual behavior. Strange my ass, his hair color. And she's like, okay, well, I want a printout saying exactly what's going on right now. I want a printout saying exactly why you're suspending my son right now. And that was the most brilliant thing, man, that she ever did, pertaining to this particular situation. Because that shit was invaluable later, man. They pulled some shiesty shit. I couldn't believe it, man. It's like I said, you keep, faith in the system till you know better, until you learn. So she got that, and they tried to lie later, And
What
so
they write down?
It was I specifically was in there. I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but I specifically remember it saying, for having unusual hair color, blue or green. Yeah, that they said it straight out. It was the dumbest thing they could ever do because it wasn't in any sort of a policy book. They wrote it up themselves. She typed that bitch up and printed it out. Like, well, this is exactly why we're suspending him because of this thing I just wrote down just now because I just made it up. So
your mom?
Yeah, was pissed, man.
Yeah.
And it was awesome because my mom's sticking up for me. You know what I'm saying? You're a kid, and you're thinking, fuck, I got suspended from school. That's what you're thinking. Oh man, this sucks. And then it's for there's always some dumb shit happening to you when you're a kid. You can't do anything about it. And this time my mom's like, fuck that. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. What's up? Same side. Fuck the school. Calm down. All right. Okay, what are we doing? So we call the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, for those of you that do not know, .com/org.
So now somebody's going to listen to that shit and be like, ACLU, what? Fucking let me look this up. That motherfucker was lying.
No, ACLU exists.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
but
.com/orgies. I don't think that's. I just don't think that's it.
So you went to court over this stuff, huh?
I did, man. The ACLU, they came and they talked to me. Well, I want to stay on them for a second, man, because they were awesome, dude. In this, because you have to think, man. I'm a po-ass white boy. We don't have money for lawyers, so an injustice happens, and I'm just fucked. It's like, what are you gonna do? Sue me? No. Whine about it like a little bitch. Not with the ACLU, man. Since it was a civil liberty that had been violated, they stepped in, man. They said, you know what? Fuck that. Blue hair has shit to do with your education. You're not any sort of a threat. Occasional dropping a brick on the teacher head. It happens, though. It happens.
It happens. Everyone's got something like that.
But they're saying, no, that's bullshit, man. Suspend you for blue hair? Nah, we're fighting that shit. And we go to court, and it was awesome. It was a long ass process, and that was when I ended up doing the interview. And shit was during the course of that. I had been meeting with the ACLU. The lawyer comes and they do this thing. They say, okay, tell me what happened. And you tell them everything that happened. And they review it and then they let you know if they want to take the case. And he was pretty confident from the beginning. He's like, yeah, we have a case.
Were they going to expel you because you didn't want to change your hair? Or were they
I was suspended until it was dyed a normal color. So as long as I had it, I couldn't come back. I tried to dye it one time. ACLU was like, okay. Like, we need you to make an attempt to dye your hair a normal color. I was like, no, fuck that. But this is what we're fighting, They're like, no, we need you to make an attempt. Because I had mentioned, that if I was to try and strip it or whatever, yeah. So I bleached it, which turned it like 4 fucking colors. Where it was just 2 before, blue in my natural color. This turned my fucking roots bright-ass blonde. Turned my blue bright-ass neon green. I think I might have had like black or something underneath there. Yeah, it was some crazy looking shit, man. I don't know if I have pictures of that or not.
You're in Bowling for Columbine, which you did not get royalties for.
No, I did not. Bastards. He owes me money. No, not at all. Yeah, Bowling for Columbine. I'm in there. Actually, it's footage from the Dateline interview, but I don't think it's footage that they used. It's I'm standing there brushing my hair and brushing my hair into a ponytail. 'Cause, I had to wear it into a cap for work. And so they're like, oh, but and it's so weird because you know I'm just there. I'm like getting ready for work. They're like, well, can we film you? What? Well, can we see you can we see you brushing your hair? We want to get some footage of you brushing your hair. Film me brushing my hair, like me being the weird shy person I am. I'm like, what? So you're gonna film me? So I'm all awkwardly standing there, like brushing my hair and shit. Just trying to act natural. Like this, cameras aren't little. It's not like a fucking handy cam. They're using a cell phone. This is huge, man. This is news camera. You gotta throw it over the shoulder like a bazooka camera. And I think there's one portion where me and Sherry are walking off in the sunset together, right? She had the rainbow colored hair.
You're walking somewhere with her.
Yeah, no, it was Arthur's fucking front porch. I don't remember why she was there. I think maybe she was driving me to work. And they're like, "Whoa, what? You got a cousin with crazy hair too? Awesome! Let's put it on the news." You know, like this will make it way better. So yeah, they got film of us just like chilling and walking. But I couldn't tell you what actually aired, much less we talked for a long fucking time. I'll tell you that much. I wasn't supposed to be talking to the press at all. I'm not sure how I fucked up that bad, talked to them for that long.
That's some heavy stuff, though, man. Not being able to talk to the press.
There was times when they were outside of my house. I was cool. I lived in Surry, yes. Lived in Surry. And my mom answered the door. She's like, "Can't stay in the house." What the fuck is going on? Fuck that. And I walk out and there's a fucking news van in my driveway. And they got this big bazooka goddamn shoulder camera. Pow. And this little news reporter and shit with a microphone. "Oh, hey, Kent. And I'm, whoa, what the fuck is this? Hi. Can we ask you some questions?" Mom's like, "No, they told you not to answer any questions." Like, "Oh, my mom said no, not to answer any questions." I guess the lawyer told her, and she's telling me I'm not gonna do it. And they caught me before work. I think they made me late, but I was late all the time. It didn't matter. It's kind of a slacker. Didn't mean I was dangerous though. There's no reason for me to speak.
You almost hit your teacher in the head with a brick. You kind of are dangerous.
They didn't suspend me for. Well, they did, but they didn't expel me for that. They had nothing. They're like, "You can't come back till you stop trying to hit teachers in the head with a brick." All right, done. What's up?
That was a one-time thing.
One time, that's it. You know.
But you dye your hair blue, and all of a sudden,
it's a fucking crime. Nah, it was crazy, man. But we went on to win. Actually, well,
yeah, Google. Kent McNew.
.com/org /net.
That's gonna be a running theme in this. .com/org.
Keep adding shit. I'm gonna tell you the judge. I do not remember his fucking name. I know my lawyer's name was Kent, which was awesome because he was named after me. It was cool. He was representing me, so it was cool for him, I imagine. Anyway, so at one point, apparently, again, man, cocky teenager. You have to keep this shit in mind. In pen, I wrote "Kill 'Em All" on my arm one day. Metallica album, mind you. I just thought it would be, like shocking. Anyway, so we're in court, It's just me being a cocky prick, you know what I mean? We're in court, and they're trying to bring that up, And the judge actually stops and he goes, "Well, did you stop to think that maybe he's a Metallica fan?" What? The judge, and he's this old ass dude, Did you stop to think that he's maybe a Metallica fan? Son, are you a fan of Metallica? Yes, Your Honor, I certainly am. Rock on, man. This shit is cool. I was lit up, but you know how much money I got? Not a fucking dime, man. Not a fucking penny. I got shit. Lawyers got paid. They got bang. ACLU gets theirs. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a stipulation. I mean, I couldn't take them back to court for any money. That was something I had to sign off on. It was never about money. It was the point of it. I didn't. Honestly, like I mentioned, I didn't want to be in school. If I want to go back to earlier, the childhood, it didn't change. I never wanted to be in school because school did suck for me. And but that was the point of it, We had to win that because it was wrong, There was they were not right. It wasn't just me being an arrogant prick at that point, that was wrong, and I knew it, and we had to do something about that shit. I got to go back to school, but I had to get patted down, which I mean, early morning nut grab it. Yeah, lift
you had to
your
get patted down,
man.
every morning?
Every morning, yeah. And
from that point on, or?
Yeah, for the rest of that school year.
Specifically you?
Just me, yes. There was a cop that came up there every morning. Motherfucker didn't bring me breakfast, just felt me up. I don't know. I felt like I was owed a biscuit, something. A cup of coffee, dude.
Mine's a little carton milk.
I'm saying, you could have wore the glove.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to stay outside of the pants, but,
That's a shot.
Yeah, no, I was not molested by the police.
I'm saying, somebody's gonna be like, "That's outrageous. I'm gonna fucking find out who that was."
I'm saying, nah, he was pretty cool. I would crack jokes like that, you know. I was like, you ain't even gonna buy me dinner first? He's like, man, I'm sorry. It's like, this sucks, but they said I have to do it. I understand, man. You gotta do that, and I gotta go here. Neither of us want to be here right now.
So did you graduate, get your diploma, or?
I got the right to go back. Went back for the last 2 weeks of school. So it took that fucking long. It took forever, dude. I went back to school, and we moved. So the next year I was going to Hopewell, and had fought tooth and nail to drop out, get my GED, which is exactly what I did halfway through the year, because I was very straight up about it. So look, I have no interest in being in school, none. Going to get my GED, that way I still have my certificate of education. I just don't want to suffer this shit for another fucking 2 years. This is bullshit. I don't like it. It's not enjoyable.
So what grade were you in when you dropped out?
Halfway through 11th. I did not want to stay there. I said, look, I don't want to be here. This sucks. This is horrible. I don't want to fucking be here. So I did. Got my GED first shot. It was straight. I didn't have to take classes and learn my shit. I was a smart kid. I knew my shit. You know what I'm saying? That was never the problem. The problem was being there.
Being there and doing your work, or?
Yeah, well, being there and not wanting to be there, man. It's hard to do a good job. It's like, you want to do your best. I don't want to do my best there. I'm being forced to be there.
Yeah, fresh though.
I did, right up the nut. Woo! Whoa, wait.
Every morning. That's just insane to me.
Man, it is. It's ridiculous. Everybody knew it, but it was their last little shot to try and be like, well, we're gonna have them first every day though, so fuck you guys. It's petty, man, and you see another side of people like that. And that sucks, man. Like I said, man, the trust. It's authoritative figures, and you're like, what? Really? It's like that, dude. And seeing people just straight lie.
What did they try to say when you said they lied? What did they try to say?
They tried to change some shit in the rule book that wasn't there. Tried to put some shit that wasn't there. We had a copy of the original rule book. Some fucking hell, no idea how the policies and shit. Yeah, so we caught them on that. We called them out. They're like, that doesn't exist. And then they tried to deny the letter. They were like, no, we never said that we kicked him out because of blue and green hair, per se. We just said we thought he was a threat. And my mom said, nope. Paper right here. This is the day you suspended him. What does it say right there? For unusual hair color, blue or green, right there, parentheses. GED years were good, man. I was kind of chilling with Arthur. Me and Arthur were in the GED class at the same time. Now, I use class loosely. We were being taught by a guy named Doc, and I hope this doesn't ever come back on him negatively. Doc was cool, man. He just kind of let you do your thing. If you didn't want, because some people were forced to be there. Some people had to get their GED. That's not any better than being in school. You know what I mean? I was there because I wanted to be there. I would chill in the class. Arthur was there, so and we'd chill in the class and wait because they only have the GED test every so often. When the next one came up, we were getting our GED, getting the fuck out. We were straight.
Yeah.
And we were free, able to live our manly adult lives at the age of fucking 16 at the time, 17. I think 17.
Any crazy stories from the GED class?
Doc's crazy. Me and Arthur didn't actually show up all that often. We always, we were slackers, man. This is about the time of Xbox. And, we would show up occasionally, but when you did show up, I said you could either show up and do your work, or you could just sit there and chill. That's what I'm saying. Doc didn't make you do shit that you want to do. He's like, look, here's the information. If you want to learn it, learn it. If you have any questions, by all means, come and ask me. If you don't want to be here, chill. But Doc was crazy. He didn't say it like that. He just kind of, did it. He put it down and, let me know if you need anything. And he go read his fucking paper, Doc looks just like you would think a fucking, when I say Doc, like crazy Doc, exactly, man. White hair, kind of fluffy.
Scott.
Got a I'm saying, but with a beard, man. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. And
I can't even
but but no mustache, so it looked all Amish and crazy. Okay, middle of class, right? Me and Arthur always sat in the back because we were cool kids like that. Sat in the back, wearing black. But and Doc's sitting there, he's reading his paper like usual. Me and Arthur are shooting the shit because we're fucking figuring on studying anything. Doc's got his feet kicked up, and he stops, picks his head up like a fucking prairie dog, back and forth. Puts his feet down, stands up, squats a little, stops. This time, he attracted attention of most of the people in the class. What the fuck is Arthur, man? What the fuck is he doing? I don't know, dude. So he walks over to the door, opens it up, looks up. We're in the basement, and so he looks at the doors, that the steps going down to the basement, like at the fucking church we used to smoke weed at all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. .com /org. So he stops and he's looking around, man. And I think maybe he was a vet or something, like PSD or whatever. Not doing the post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Post-traumatic.
Post-traumatic stress.
Postal stress.
Post office. It made me want to shoot people and stuff. No. Anyway, but yeah. So he's looking around and shit, and everybody's just like, "What the fuck's going on?" And so he comes in, shuts the door. He's not looking at anybody, man. He's just looking around, like, "What the fuck is that?" Nobody hears a fucking thing, you know. Everybody, you're looking around like, "What is that?" We're looking at you like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you're probably looking at us like, "Yeah, y'all looking too. Yeah, what is that?" You, motherfucker, it was you. But so he gets a chair and puts it by the door where the intercom is, and stands up on the motherfucking chair and looks in the intercom and shuts it and gets down and walks back and continues to read his paper. What the fuck did he just do, man? Never said a word, man. Doc was crazy like that. But yeah, so GED was just chill. GED was school the way I thought school should be. If I wanted to go, I'd go. If I didn't, we'd go do something else. But ultimately, yeah, I got the GED. And
That leads up to the point where I met you, right after you got out of high school, when I was still in high school.
so I was 17 when we met, right? Yeah, I had the lip piercing, the tongue piercing and shit. I was cool shit, man. Still have that lip piercing.
I remember how I met you. I met you with Corey. Was I wearing the brown lipstick too, or was that just Corey?
It was like on
Anyway,
his teeth or something.
we went over to your house. Ben was on house arrest to hang out, and
Being
Corey,
with the cool kids and shit.
the
Yeah.
cool older kids.
Yeah, we had
And-
kind of accepted Corey into the group.
And Corey
Separate
was like,
people.
I know Kent. So we go to your house, and your mom just like, fucking opens the door. And is like, Kent's not here, he's over at Sherry's. Do you know where that is? I'm like, no. I didn't know, but...
Who's Sherry?
but
Have a
she told
picture?
him, and then we ended up going over there. And we walked up into Sherry's room. I think you were probably sitting on her bed. And because when she had that messy ass room.
I
I'm
remember
trying-
this. Oh, whoa.
And
Whoa,
we-
I remember this. No, the room was awesome. It was covered in fucking graffiti.
Yeah.
Like, all the friends contributed to that fucking wall. That was the shit.
And
This was your first time coming up in that shit. Oh, my God. I bet you were scared. How old were you? Like 14, 15? You're walking into this shit. Now, there's some crazy shit on that fucking wall, man. Like, shit like bleach in your eyes, like written in shit all big and like black marker. Crazy shit. Barbie's heads nailed to the fucking wall. Just crazy shit.
Lady was in there. Sherry's dog, Lady was in there. And she got all crazy when we walked in. And Sherry calmed her down or whatever. And then it was either you or her that you said to Corey, you got lipstick on your teeth. And Corey nonchalantly was like, supposed to be there. And I'm just thinking in my head, oh God, man, come on. But,
It's smooth, man. It's a pimp move. It's hard to pull off. He didn't.
And then the rest is history. I remember walking back with you from Ben's house.
Did you have green hair?
I did. I had puke green hair.
Yeah.
It looked horrible. It looked really bad.
Because we were walking. They say, yeah, you were just appreciated the effort,
Yeah.
Yeah, the hair, not so much. But man, the statement, the guts to wear it, because it was a statement to wear it then. It wasn't like now, man. Everybody's got fucking dyed hair now. Back in the day, it wasn't as socially acceptable.
Another thing that I remember from the first time hanging out with is we went back to your house. We played chess. I think you let me win the second time. Because we played 2 games. We played the first game, and it went on for like an hour and a half, and then you beat me. So we played the second game, and it was over in like 5 minutes, and I beat you. How that happened, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that you probably let me beat you, but but you gave me a couple of your T-shirts and shit like that, and a couple of Manson shirts.
Nice.
And since I was scared to walk home by myself, you walked me home after we walked to your house. So you walked me like halfway to my house, and then you turned around and walked back.
That's cool, man. It was
Yeah.
nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember the chest. I had a cool ass room, man. I don't remember what color it was, but I remember I had the purple Christmas lights up. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking Manson painting, that shit was cool, man. I was in this band, even though we never played music together, but we did take band photos with with George and this chick whose name I cannot remember, because again, we didn't actually play together. It was just, hey, you want to be in a band? Yeah, I want to be in a band. Cool, we're in a band. Can you play anything? I don't even have an instrument. All right, that's fine. Let's take some photos. Anyway, no, she had this awesome ass painting. It was from Anti-Car Superstar. They where Manson's face, half of it's in silhouette, and the other half is like in this red tint and shit, And somebody had painted it. It was fucking beautiful. It was perfect, and she didn't have room for it anymore or some shit. It had made its way through so many people. Sherry had it initially somehow. Oh, no, George. It got passed to George from her, from the lead singer chick. It got passed from her to George. George to Sherry. Sherry was a huge Marilyn Manson fan. She got me into Manson. From her to you? No, to me. Had to have been to me.
I never got it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Somebody got it from me. But yeah, no, it got passed from her to me, and I hung it up in there. That motherfucker was cool. I don't remember who ended up with it, but it got passed around a lot.
And the Manson thing, meeting you and everything like that, there's so many stories that we could go on about just shit that we've done together, shit that we've been through. Like walking down the street. Remember we were walking down the street and we got fucked with by the people in that Bronco?
Yeah, that black fucking SUV, yeah.
And
got a cigarette? No.
No.
Smoke, man.
He's like, you in my town, okay, whatever. And then when he drove off, he fucking almost hit those trash cans or whatever.
Yeah, we're giggling. Like, oh, yeah, jackass, yeah, you almost hit some trash cans. What? I'm saying, we I don't know why the fuck, we could have taken them. See, we're passive dudes. I don't know. I try and be all, it's more so now, I got a family to protect. I got to bust some ass. Not then. I was just a fucking skater, This is, glam. We're big guys, but, we're not like fighters.
I've never been in a fight to this day. You're actually mostly responsible for the biggest thing that ever happened in my life, and that was learning to play music.
Whoa.
Like, you taught me the first thing that I ever learned on any instrument, and that was Sweet Dreams on the bass. You played the guitar to it, and I would play the bass. Then Tim had a bass, and I borrowed Tim's bass for like ever. But you were the one that always taught me. You taught me the first thing I ever learned how to play in music.
That's awesome. You heard it here first.
And that is one of the most important, I don't want to say moment, a facet of my life that is very important to me. It is all because of you. The one thing in life that I'm good at.
Fucking phenomenal at, man. I'm saying. I remember you, yeah. Like, I didn't know shit. I fumbled around with the guitar, man. And you're just like, oh, yeah. And you learn that shit. And then you go on more and more. And you're doing blues chords and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I remember when we were in the band Broken. Yeah. You remember Broken?
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. I'm saying, we didn't record anything. It was a lot of fun.
Broken was the predecessor to Doodle Pad.
We were Doodle Pad?
Remember, Dude Man wanted to be called Doodle Pad because he wanted to be punk?
Oh my god. Randy really wanted to be Doodle Pad? I don't remember that. I remember I had the Bug song. But you start off on bass, man. Next thing you know, dude, you're just like wailing on the guitar. Hey, let me show the guitar, like in between fucking songs or whatever. And just, you learn so goddamn fast, man. And you play backwards. You're left-handed, and you play guitar right-handed. You don't play it strung backwards or anything. You just be like any other normal person trying to play fucking a left-handed guitar if you're right-handed. It's like impossible for me. I can't even imagine it. Music was awesome. That was huge then, man. My entire room was dedicated to music. I remember when your entire room was dedicated to music.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, dude. You used to blast the music fucking so late at night. I don't know how your neighbors didn't beat you with fucking soap and a sock. I don't understand.
My mom was in the very next room. I don't know how my mom didn't flip her shit.
Well, mama crazy or whatever, but you can't think of anything weird like that. But nah, man, you play that shit. Fuck it. It was always awesome to go over there, though. I'd love chilling at your house. That was awesome. Store right down the street. If we want to go down and fuck around, grab something to eat or drink. Not that we ever had any money. What the fuck did we do?
We never had any money.
What did we do for a living? Well, you went to school. What the fuck was I doing with my life?
I
was just
doing shit.
Roaming around.
You were staying up all day. You were staying up all night and partying.
Every day. Part of every day.
Part of every day?
Well, yeah. I mean, I like to, catch a nap in the afternoons.
Now we're at the point where you meet
Jerry.
So tell me about it. How did you meet her? I kind of am putting you on the spot because she's like right in front of you now.
I know, man.
Like, you gotta say nice stuff now.
Oh, she's real pretty, and I like.
You can't be like, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy, baby. Nod. Of course she's crazy. You're trying to get me laid. You want to come knocking on my door without texting my ass first.
I thought about it. I was driving. I was doing the responsible thing by not texting and driving.
Oh, you text before you drive, man. I'm pulling up in the driveway. I'm pulling up out of my driveway. I'm like, damn. First time I met Jerry, you were there. First time I ever saw her.
Was I?
Yeah. You were there with me. It was you and Callie drove my ass over there. It was Amanda's birthday party. Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
I do. I remember that shit perfectly. And I have a fucking horrible memory.
I have a great memory. I can't
know.
fucking remember.
I remember walking up the stairs. I remember walking past the rooms down the Vander's room. I had never been in there before. And I remember standing in the doorway, feeling nervous as shit, man. This girl across from me is fucking beautiful, dude. Beautiful. I don't want to say anything because I'm going to say something stupid. There's nothing good going to happen coming out of this mouth.
Is that my name's Jerry?
Because, there's a lot of people in there, Well, barely tell you who it was now, man. I saw one fucking person. But yeah, she was sitting next to Ross, man. I remember that because I thought they were together. And I'm thinking, all right, stop staring. Can't stop staring. It's like that guy is kind of big. And he looks sort of angry. Stop staring at his girlfriend like that. So there's introductions made in Jerry, and I'd heard of her before. She used to date Evander. Evander's a friend of ours. And I met her, Evander and Jerry. Oh, yeah, Jerry's sweet. She's dating Evander. That's where Evander's been. Nobody's seen Evander for a while. I can vouch for that. I understand why. The Maya's disappeared for like 2.5 years. Where's Kent? In the bedroom. We haven't seen that motherfucker in a decade. But, so we don't stay long, So I say birthday party. There's not balloons. There's no fucking cake. It's just a bunch of people hanging out in Evander's room chilling, which is cool. Because, we knew Evander, but we weren't, close-knit with Evander just yet. I fell into that group later. It was cool. So we had a lot of friends then, man. There was a lot of fucking social groups back in the day. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so we get outside. I said we just kind of made an appearance. We get outside, and I get in the car with you and Callie, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't you tell me Jerry was gorgeous? And Warren's smiling at me. He's like, what? I was like, that was Jerry? Why didn't you, I was like, that was Jerry. Why didn't you tell me? She was so fucking beautiful, One time I met you. One time I saw you. I didn't meet you. We didn't talk. Like we hung out and had a moment. No, I saw you from across the room. That was it. So, I didn't see you again for a long time after that. I didn't see, her. She's sitting here with me. I didn't see her again for a long time after that. And
so how long y'all been together?
We've been together. We've been married for 9 years as of a couple of days ago, February 11th.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 9 years. I know. You believe that? Yeah.
You've been married for 9 years. How long were y'all together?
We've been in August 22nd. It'll be 11 years. And it all started with a look across the room.
How long did you woo her, or how long?
All right, so we meet again after the birthday party. And so we're over there for whatever reason. When she hears that we're broken up, because apparently she thinks that I'm cute. I don't know what's wrong with her. I think it's the glasses, the prescriptions were off, But I'm glad it happened, It's one of those serendipitous moments, happy accidents. And and she thought I was cute. And found out that me and Jen were split up. She's like, ooh. Okay, so all right, from my perspective, me and Jen, we were just kind of dating to date because we kind of missed it when we were younger. We lived across the street from each other, and this was like after that, and so we kind of nothing ever happened then, and so I guess we decided to date. At least that's the way I saw it. And I never went around. I was I was just a skater punk then, man. All I did was skateboard with my friends and hung out, and it was a really great time. But I didn't really do much. And so we went like weeks without seeing each other. I thought we had only dated for like a week, man. It turned out we had dated for like a couple of months, but I never saw her, I just didn't make the effort to go over. I just didn't care, She breaks up with me, and it's a vicious breakup, man. It was not a good breakup.
She's not gonna listen to it.
I hope not, man. This is horrible. Okay. So yeah, I'm pissed off because, we don't really talk. How the fuck you breaking up with me and you're annoying? I'm sorry. It's true, man, because we were like, trying to talk on the phone, and she's just the most tedious person, just talking about random shit that she's doing, just not even, why am I on the phone with you right now? Why do I gotta stand here while you make macaroni? I don't care. And you're talking to I don't care, man. But yeah, just annoying, dude. And so I told her so.
She wanted the people that when she's on the phone with you, she's like talking to other people at the house and shit.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Can I just go? Wait, hold on. But I told you got to flip it. You got to flip I'm hanging up. If you don't say anything, I'm gonna take this as a bye. Okay. Anyway. No, but so I was offended. She broke up with me. I was like, what? You're breaking up with me? What is this? Bullshit. So yeah, it was horrible, man. Like I said all kinds of mean shit. I feel bad now, bad breakup. And so this is, oh my God, how long did it, like not even a week later, I get a call Hi. Hello. Hi. This is Jerry, Jen's friend. Hi. She's like, we want to come over. I was like, what? You know, Jen. I don't remember exactly the conversation, but I remember it was Jen. She's like, yeah. I was like, Jen. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, does she like want to stab me or something? This is what I say on the phone. I'm so confused. I'm like, they got this really hot girl to call me up, to set me up and get me somewhere alone so that Jen could exact her revenge. Because I was so mean. I was such an asshole, dude. And I'm like, this can't be legit. She's like, yeah, we want to come and hang out. Fuck, she's so cute though. Yes, yeah, you know, I can't, I'll get stabbed. It's I was worth the risk, and I'm glad I took it. But yeah, so yeah, they show up, man. She's so, y'all had tried to show up before, right? She missed me on my birthday. She tried to show up again at the house with pizza, and I was out with Warren. Yeah, I was out with you. I think that was the year that I paid for everybody else's shit at Denny's. Oh, motherfucker had money.
It was birthday money, fool.
Possibly.
I remember that too.
Funny.
We were all young, and you were older. And
Thank you. When I say older,
and you ended up paying for your own shit, but you were like, it's cool, as long as we're all together.
I remember that. The fact
You
that I
almost
remember
got kicked out of Denny's for shooting ice at each other.
I remember the ice. Oh god, it's football shaped. If you squeeze it really hard, but shit flings out. Why did we do that? That was such a bad idea. So no,
We
if
used to
I
go
was
to
just a
Denny's a lot,
random
though.
person and these motherfuckers behind me are giggling and shooting ice, I get plucked with some shit, man. You getting fucking sporked.
Remember you got kicked out of Roses?
Throwing eyeliner. What the fuck? Of all the crazy shit I did at Roses for no particular reason, they kicked me out for eyeliner? Got so much better shit. Yeah. And they go, oh, you need to leave. What? And I tried to go back in again, and that asshole saw me. It's the same shit with the mall. I got kicked out of the goddamn mall.
Y'all always had a lot more balls than I did, though, because I would never be able to talk back to authority to the extent the way that y'all did.
Yeah.
You know. So you're standing on the porch.
No,
You were
she
just
missed me.
there.
No, she missed me. I wasn't there, and so she calls me, and this is mind-boggling to me. It's just I suck on the phone with her, man. I can't carry a conversation. I'm like I go brain dead. She does something to me, you know. It just I couldn't handle it. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, well, watching, talking to you. What are you doing? Rambling like an idiot, like I tend to do. Yeah. She found it charming. Or like, you know, puppies when they bump in the walls and shit. She calls me. She says, "You have cute ears." I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, yeah,
what?
Cute ears.
Nice one, Jerry.
Well, she likes teeth and ears. And she said, I have a cute smile. She says, I have cute ears. And she wanted to bite them? She was going to nibble them. You have a nice smile. Thank you. You have really cute ears, too. Oh. And I was like, oh, wow.
I'm going to eat them.
That's nice. Like, I'm going to nibble them. Do what? I'm like, oh, my God. I'm sure I turned red. I might be turning red now. I don't know. Kind of flashing back to it. It's like, I'm going to nibble them. They're really cute.
Was that when I lived with you?
Yes, and you were with Beth.
Because wasn't I leaving there to go to bed?
Yeah, I think so. Like at one point, like we were all chilling in the room, just kind of hanging out, and she was nibbling on my ears. And I don't know how to respond to that. I'm super shy. I'm not sure how to, you know. I'm not the least bit smooth at this point. In any definition of smooth, but no, just not at all. No, I don't know what to say. It's just like, you know, I'm gonna be ears. Oh, what?
Crazy stories when you got her pregnant, and her dad didn't like that very much.
No.
Tell us about that.
Warren, you know about this.
I know, but it's still funny to hear.
It is. Okay, so
I'll go shit
over. Go madly in love on the roses. So I'm not a traditional person. I don't do really traditional things and the gifts. And I was never a big fan of roses. At the time, I was big, you know, anti-flowers. I'm like, this is a, well, you know, I didn't believe that it was a good gift. I'm like, I had my reasons for my mentality was flowers would die. You know, you pick flowers, you give a dozen roses, they're just eventually gonna die. You know, for that matter, it'd just be better to give a dozen bananas. You know, at least then you eat them. They're of some use. And so what I did was She likes traditional gifts, and she's a princess, and she deserves to be treated that way. Flowers, which I was strongly against. I figured on things that would last. So I started finding different flowers. For instance, I had Play-Doh and made her roses, or made her a rose out of Play-Doh. That was one of them. There was a glass one. There was a chocolate one. There was a balloon one, which I made. I'm actually fairly good with balloon animals. There was a rose ring, a ring shaped like a rose. All in all, there ended up being 10 up to this point in the story. And one of the roses was talking about the photo album rose. I took tissue paper, made a rose, wrapped a photo album in tissue paper, write a letter to my lovely. And basically it was me standing there, and I had Sherry take pictures of me holding these signs, and each sign had a sentence from the letter I had written. It was a love letter to her. Just saying how much I love her. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the roses. Yeah.
This is such a grander story. You're such a great storyteller, but
over the course of time, I'd given her, it was randomly, I'd give her other gifts as well. I was courting. I was working my charm.
All right,
so it ended up being 10 roses in all up to that point. So kind of, to catch you up a little bit, we used to go to Lone Star all the time, and our thing was to get cheese fries because we're super poor. We didn't have shit. So this is young and in love. I take her out, and I have this plan. So we're sitting at dinner, and we ordered our cheese fries like usual. I tell her, hey, I have another rose for you. Because at this point, she kind of noticed a trend of the roses. We started keeping count, I was like, I have another rose. She's like, ooh, all right, I pull out a real rose. Kind of a thing, because, I didn't give real roses. Mm-hmm. And I tell her I have, another gift for her, too. And I pull out a ring rose box. It's a rose-shaped ring box. It was awesome. And I got down on one knee at Lone Star. In the back corner booth. I asked her to marry me. She said yes. Really? Holy shit, awesome.
Well, Kent, it's been fun doing this with you.
Just tell stories.
No, I'm just...
All you have to do is talk and not fall asleep, asshole. You're failing.
Stop. You stop.
You gotta press the button. Press the button.
Thank you, bud.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Thank you for coming over and interviewing me, and for deleting most of the last half of this thing and letting me re-record it and sound witty tomorrow.
Alrighty.
It's a verbal contract, sir. I will call the ACLU.
Later.
Well, there you go, guys. That was this week's episode with my buddy Kent McNew. It was fun. He's a very, very good storyteller. He's a very funny guy too, and I'm glad that I got to kind of put his story out there a little bit. My one famous friend. There was a couple of things that we didn't really get to touch on that I wanted to, but it was really late when we recorded it, and he was kind of losing his steam, so to speak. It was a lot of fun. There is going to be a part 2, I believe. It's just a matter of working things out to where we can get together for it. But so yeah, we got that to look forward to. Don't forget to check out my website, dubzpodsquad.com. If you have any questions or comments or anything at all, just email me. My email is dubz@dubzpodsquad.com. I really hope that y'all enjoyed that. Hope you got another extraordinary story from a seemingly ordinary person. For Off the Top of the Dome piece, I'm Warren Gaskins. Thanks.